Hello, welcome to Bruce Springsteen Guitar Lessons. Today's lesson is going to be a live version of One Headlight by the Wallflowers featuring Bruce at the 1997 MTV Video Music Awards. Thanks very much to subscribe star Frank Bosley for the request. welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that walkthrough. So now what we'll do is go through all the individual parts. Okay, so this song's in the key of D major and tempo is roughly 112 BPM. Let's take a look at the chords first. Okay, so what we've got is a G major chord. So here really you just put your third finger or your middle finger on the third fret, the low E string there, and then play the open D, G and B and block the A string. It's a nice simple version of G there. You also got a D5 power chord. You can play this in a couple of ways: first and second finger, or first and third, or second and fourth. So play around with what's comfortable. First finger, second fret G, middle finger, third fret B, or first finger, second fret G, third finger, third fret B. You can strum it from the D string, but it's not too bad if you strum it from the A string as well. So that's D5. Then you've got an F sharp over C sharp chord. So for the song structure, which I'll put up on the screen now, I've just referred to that as an F sharp just to keep it simple. So Bruce likes to play, a lot of people like to play this F sharp like this. So instead of the full bar, you're basically just playing it on 5 strings. So third finger, fourth fret A, little finger, fourth fret D, middle finger, third fret G, and then bar the second fret on the B and the E strings. So we're just going to refer to that as an F sharp chord. Okay, we've got a B minor bar chord. Most of the time you're just kind of playing the middle 4 strings here, but bar the second fret with your first finger from the A string, and then third finger, fourth fret D, little finger, fourth fret G, middle finger, third fret B. And then you've got an A major chord. Bruce likes to play it often like this. We just play the middle 4 strings. Make sure you're not hitting this F sharp note here. So just bar the second fret D, G and B strings. Make sure the open string A string is ringing really cleanly. Cool. And then in the chorus it sounds like there's a little bit more of a sort of a thicker kind of sound. So it sounds like something like this. There's a G5 power chord, something like that. It's quite difficult to tell on the live recording, but phenomenal performance this one. So middle finger, third fret, low E string, block the A string, third finger, third fret B, little finger, third fret high. It's kind of an AC/DC kind of type chord. Sounds great. You've got an E minor chord. So middle finger, second fret A, third finger, second fret D. Called A sus4. Several ways you can play this. Either first, second and third fingers. I like to play it like this. I think Bruce does as well. Might play it slightly differently. So first finger, bar the second fret on the D and the G, and then third finger, third fret B. You can play it with the open high E or just the middle 4 strings. So that's A sus4. And that's about it. So not too many chords. Again, the parts that are really kind of intricate are the third guitar. So I've tabbed this out. All my stuff is tabbed out in Guitar Pro. So I've done 3 guitar parts for this. So Jacob Dylan, he's playing on capo 2 and doing sort of similar chords, but just slightly different voicings. And obviously the third guitar's got some really nice intricate guitar parts. So if you want the tabs for those, obviously check it. I'll have the tab in PDF format and Guitar Pro format on the website jsmusicschool.co.uk. You'll be able to access all 3 files: Bruce's parts, Jacob Dylan's parts, and that third guitar, which is really nice stuff in there. There's this call and response thing, sort of solo at the end between the other guitarist and Bruce. So that will all be tabbed out. Guitar solo video will be up probably tomorrow. For Subscribe Stars. So yeah, Subscribe Star as well, subscribestar.com/Bruce Springsteen Guitar if you want to see extra videos, loads of stuff on there. Cool, so yeah, so what we're going to do is basically go through the intro. So the first 4 bars, you've got this, the third guitarist is in drop D, I think, and he's got this cool little riff for 4 bars, or for 2 bars, then the drums come in for 2 bars, and then you've got that kind of, and then when the other guitarist is hitting this note, that's when Jacob and Bruce come in. Cool, so basically you've got this kind of nice pulsing kind of sort of groove all the way through. So it's kind of 8th notes, really strong sounding, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And what I'm doing, kind of slightly dampening it down, 1 and 2, and then kind of accenting on the 2 and the 4. So basically what that means is I'm going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the 2 and the 4 because these are all eighth notes, half a beat each, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then doing that, that's your main kind of strumming pattern. And all downstrokes, sounds a little bit more impact, and then D5, F sharp, then half a bar of B minor, 1 and 2, then half a bar of A. Okay, and that's the main, basically this 4-bar phrase. So if you look in the song structure, you've got the G, D5, F sharp, B minor, and then the B minor and the A in brackets. That basically means there's those 2 chords in 1 bar. That line is just done twice. So you've got the G5, sorry, G, or G5, and then D5, F sharp major, B minor, and then you just do it twice in the intro. Getting that nice kind of groove pulse. Cool, then the first verse, you just do that 4-bar phrase twice. Okay, and then the first break, again, the other guitarist is doing some kind of fancy licks. He's just going to do that 4-bar phrase once. Second verse, you do the same 4-bar phrase twice. Again, there's lots of other stuff going on, again, with that other guitarist. And then you've got the first bridge, okay, so just before the chorus. So the first bridge, where are we? Yeah, so the first bridge, you've basically just got G for 2 bars, F sharp for 2 bars. Cool. And then we're on to the first chorus. So again, a little bit more sort of drive into it. This one into the chorus. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Don't really want to be doing any palm muting. So strumming wise, you've got, this is what I think is sounding on the video. So down, down. So 2 quarter notes, 1, 2, and then kind of on the start beat 3, just do the bassiest strings, 1, 2, 3, and then and 4 and down, 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 up, down, up. And D5, same thing, 1, 2, 3, and 4 and E minor, A major. Then and then you get, so that's the 4 bars of so it's the first chorus, G5, D5, E minor, A major. Then go back to the G5, then D5, and it sounds like this riff's going on. Sounds quite cool. So giving nice and aggressive, 0, 2, 3, 7, the low E string, and then A sus4, which is going to be for 3.5 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the and of 4, 16th notes, down, up. And then you strum it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Brilliant chord progression. So let me just play the whole of that first chorus. So G5, D5, then E minor, A major, G5, D5, 0, 2, 3, 7, A sus4, 3, 4. Cool. In terms of settings for this one as well, so I've now used my Helix, but so I've got my Telecaster and I've got quite a sort of a Marshall amp I've put on my, just it sounded quite nice for this one. So it's kind of gritty, clean sound, quite trebly as well. So play around with your amp settings. You don't want it too clean, too distorted. You just want it kind of just quite thick sounding. So play around with that. So that's the first chorus. Cool, and then the second break is the same structure-wise. Those 4 bars as we had in the first break. Now the third verse, same as your first and second, but just doubled. Then you've got the second bridge, which is your same as your first bridge, G, G, F sharp, F sharp. You've got the second chorus, which is exactly the same as your first chorus. Cool. And then you've got the chords behind the guitar solo. So the first guitar solo, don't forget, there's 2 guitar solos on this one. So don't forget, these are all done a separate video on subscribestar.com. There's well over 30 now. And there's proper tutorials. I do a walkthrough with tab and then I break down all the solos. There's loads of stuff on there. So yeah, so the chords behind the guitar solo, the first guitar solo, just like a normal, like your first and second verse. So G5, G major, D major, F sharp major, B minor. And you just do that twice like you did in the first and second verse. Cool, so and now the fourth verse, exactly the same as the third. So So the third and fourth are double the length of the first and second. You've got a third bridge, same as the first and your second. Again, all the song structures will be in the description of all the YouTube videos, so you can kind of copy and paste and put it in a Word document, which is kind of quite useful to break everything down. And the third chorus, exactly the same as your first and second, but it's just one less bar. Okay, so I think it's just instead of doing the A sus4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, you can just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the only difference there. Cool. And then the second guitar solo, you're simply just going to be just doing the chords that are in the chorus. Okay, but the ending's a tiny bit different. Okay, and obviously Bruce is doing lead in this part. So the chords going behind the chorus. You've basically got your G5, G5, so same as your choruses, E minor, A major, G5, D5, and that little run. 2, 3, 4, then do it all again, so it's like a double chorus. E minor, G5. The ending, because they're kind of resolving it to this D5 at the end, it sounds like the riff's going like this. So 0, 2, 3 on the low E string, and then do a kind of quick hammer, grace note hammer on 0, 2 on the D string, and then finish off on the D5. And obviously, yes, you've got, again, like these kind of sort of American awesome kind of rock songs, there's lots of layers there, so it's the combination between Bruce and then Jacob Dylan with the capo and doing slightly different of chord voicings. He's playing on capo 2, and you've got that third guitar doing some really nice intricate kind of parts as well. So definitely check out the tab for that. Any questions about Subscribestar or the website, let me know in the comments or send me an email. So that's all the parts for Bruce. So again, guitar solo for those Subscribestars will be up probably tomorrow at some point. So really hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Any comments or suggestions, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. Thanks again for watching. Thanks Frank for requesting this song. I hadn't heard this song before it was requested, and I listened to it about a couple of hundred times the week after. It's an amazing song. So thanks very much for watching. See you next time. Cheers. Bye. If you'd like to get guitar profiles, tab PDFs, backing tracks from any of these tutorials, head over to either the Subscribestar page or my website, jsmusicschool.co.uk. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. Thanks very much. See you on the next one.